Hey guys, welcome at this video, specially designed for your resting day. So if you had a hardcore week of training, then this will ease your muscle ache a bit. You'll need books as props, maybe something like a timer, but I will also time it for you. And cushions, as much as you can find, blankies, just to make it easy on yourself. And yeah, get your stuff, hop on the mat, and let's get started. The first pose that we're gonna do is called half, and it's an amazing opener for the hips and a great stretch for the hamstrings and the inner thighs. One leg can be behind, folded behind you, and the other one you want to have it all the way towards the side. If this is a bit freaky for your knees or a bit freaky for your hips or your back, then you can do this one if it feels better for you. But if it's okay, stretch it all the way behind. If the hamstrings are a bit tight, then you can use your cushion. And if it's not needed, then don't do it. You can use the blankies if you're quite stiff. You can use the blankies to roll up like a strap, and then you can hold on to your foot like this. So this is making your life a lot easier on a resting day. So make sure to use the props you need. You can also put something underneath this leg, or maybe sit a bit higher onto the butt. So you can place something underneath the butt, and it will make it easier to stretch. So find your way, maybe lift the hips a bit, come sit straight with a straight spine. The toes are lifted up, especially when you have some problems with the knee, then really try to support it by flexing the foot. And then from here, you're just gonna first lengthen, always lengthening first. And then when you exhale, you can bring your hand towards your long leg. The other hand is gonna follow. And then choose if you want to be with your hands onto the leg, wherever they go, or maybe next to the leg. But make sure you move your ribs all the way towards the knee, and don't try to touch the knee with the nose, because that's actually not what we want to. We don't want to stretch from the upper back, but actually from the hips and from the spine. So that's the reason why, moving the ribs towards the knee, and just see how it goes. If this is really hard for you, then maybe bend the knee a lot, put something extra underneath. That's time. This is quite an intense one. Also, you feel it on the side of the back, but especially you will feel the hamstrings and the inner thighs. So yeah, try to relax a bit, as much as possible actually, because we're working on the connective tissue. So the connective tissue is very, very stiff tissue, and it takes a long time to be in it and to stretch it properly. So that's the reason why we stay in 2-3 minutes, maybe longer, if that's possible. And it's very, very important that you relax all the big muscles, because otherwise you never can get into the connective tissue. So if you're quite flexible, then you can maybe put the elbows on the floor, try to have the spine straight. If that's not not working for you, then you can also try to relax the shoulders a bit. You can also bend a little bit in the back if it makes you feel more comfortable here. So don't focus too much on a perfect pose, but focus, maybe close your eyes on how the pose feels. So that's more important than how it looks or how deep you go. Especially for your resting day, you want to give your body everything it needs. It doesn't need more pushing or more going deep than you actually should. So it actually needs some rest and some good care. So almost there. Try to talk you through, distracting you a bit from maybe quite some stretching pain. Also experiment with the foot here. So I would recommend to have it flexed, but if it feels better for you to relax it a bit, be my guest. So never force. Stay breathing. If you're very flexible, of course, you can drop all the way down. Maybe you're laughing right now. Okay, good. 3 minutes, come out. Take your time. And help your leg. Maybe remove the props. Bring the other leg also in. And then stretch out for a moment. Massage the knees. And from there, let's bring the other leg out. Maybe something underneath the leg, if that's needed. The other one, close it. And then fold it behind. Or if it's not possible, then fold it on the inside. And try to sit up straight first. Take all the time to find a proper pose. And then from there, lift, inhale. And when you exhale, you bring your hand towards the leg. And then the other one follows. So we really want to find a nice closed twist here. I will time for you guys again. So this is really much of a struggle. Just hold on to the blankie. Try not to pull, because this will activate the muscles, and you don't want to activate them, you want to relax them. So the only thing you can do here is just hold on to get a bit more of a relaxing sensation. And otherwise, if the hamstrings are going crazy, yelling at you, stop it, just put something underneath. And yeah, if it's okay for you, then drop in a bit deeper. It's all good. Actually, whatever you do, stay breathing. It will save your life. So also 3 minutes on this side. If it's too easy for you, then of course you can place the knee a bit more towards the side. And then you feel an enormous extra sensation on the inner thigh on this side. So yeah, or go deeper. And the opposite is also true. So if it's way too much, if your breath is getting shallow, if it hurts too much, like a stabbing pain, just stop, come out until you can breathe properly. So really listen to the body. All right, almost 3 minutes now. Try to really relax your shoulders, relax your face. And if you are doing a lot of high kicks in your practice and in your training, then this will be a nice one. Try to also breathe really deep and slow. This will ease the legs, it will ease the muscles in the legs. It will calm down your nervous system, so the muscles relax more. And the more the muscles relax, as I told you, the better the stretch. If you get a bit tired holding yourself, then you can also bring something underneath. Cool, that's 3 minutes. So remove any props. Slowly come out. Bring your leg in. And just stretch for a moment, shake, relax the legs, maybe massage a bit, maybe roll the ankles. Cool, maybe roll the shoulders. And then, actually this was a preparation for the full dragonfly. So let's bring the legs wide. And actually you want to do 70% of what you can actually do, just for extra relaxation. So bring your hands behind you, then come into full 100% of your stretch, and then get back a little until you are at 70%. Also here, maybe you bring something underneath the knees. This will make your life much easier, and your body will be very happy with this. If it's not needed, then you can do, of course, without. First, try to find length. So we're rolling the shoulders back, bringing the toes up, lengthening the spine. And then from there, let's walk the hands a bit forward, step by step. 5 minutes. Good luck with that. I see a lot of guys struggling with this one in my classes. And that is, of course, because of the hip mobility and the lower back mobility. If you are a martial artist of a tricker, then I hope this mobility will be a bit better, I think. So maybe for you guys, this will be quite okay. Maybe you're even so flexible that you can drop all the way on the floor and stay for 5 minutes. But this is very different for everybody. So if you're halfway and you can't relax, and of course relaxing, again, is really important, then prop up and then just chill. So this is a very nice way to relax the legs. Oh, microphones. So you can use the props to support your upper body if you want to relax a bit more. From here, 5 minutes, so wherever you are, keep going, keep getting strong, and stay breathing. That's very, very important. Check the feet if they are okay. If the knees start to hurt a bit, then really try to press the toes up again. And if it feels okay for the knees, then I would recommend to relax them, because it will relax the calf muscles, which makes the stretch easier. You can also support yourself with the elbows. And well, if you're good in your stretch, then you can stay. If you are totally struggling with it, then you can come out earlier. With this stretch, it's very important that you stay persistent. So you try to do it every week, and you will see that there's a little bit of growth into it. But it goes very slow, I know. But it's amazing for also the energy canals running through the legs and through the hips, very important ones, or liver, meridian, for example. So yeah, a lot of reasons to do it. Also very nice for your kicks. I think just a little longer. So if this is totally hurting you, if you're like, oh God, if it's not working at all, then you can do it on your back. So you roll onto your back and you just grab the legs and do it like this. So maybe that's a bit of a nice variation if you're way too much struggling with it. So feel free to do so. Okay, guys, hold on. I think 1 more minute. So maybe you want to close your eyes. Maybe you want to check your breath a bit more. Check if it's low in the belly. If it's not low in the belly, then you know maybe you're asking too much of yourself. So check if you can bring it a bit lower into the belly, or maybe put yourself a bit out of the stretch. Almost there. You can do it. If you want to learn splits, side splits, then this is a nice one. We also have a video about that with the splits wizard. So go check it out if you want to learn one day. Alright, from here, slowly walk your hands. You made it, or if you didn't make it, don't worry about it. It's all good. Baby steps, baby steps. Then bring your legs in. Sometimes it's really hard to bring the legs in from the strength of the legs, so you have to use the hands. And cross the legs for a moment. Relax your shoulders. Shake your butt. Try to maybe close your eyes and feel the effect of this pose. It's a really intense one, I know. And then when you're ready for it, we're going for the next one. So take some more time if you need to. We're going to an intense forward bend, and it's an inversion also. And it will stretch the full backside of the body. So you can come onto your mat like this. If you have never done it before, we're going to do a plow. If you've never done it before, you can take a momentum. So you can sit, bring your arms in front of you. I will show slow motion version, but you can do it fast if you like. Check if you have enough space behind you, because we're gonna roll back. You roll, you bring your elbows into the floor, bring your hands behind your back, bring your legs up, and then all the way over the head. If this is not working for you, if it's too much for your spine or your shoulders or your neck, you can skip it, or you can just bend the knees a bit. Sometimes that helps. We're gonna stay here for not very long. Don't worry. This is also not my favorite pose, but it's very, very good to stretch the backside of the body. You can decide to just feel a bit what feels best for you. Maybe bending the knees, maybe stretching them out. Maybe roll the hips a bit back if it's too much. If you want to have more, then you can bring the hips more up. So let's stay here for 5 more breaths. You can also stretch the legs out if it feels better for you. Just do whatever feels good, whatever works. You can also just stay. And then you can bend the legs one by one, rolling back. Bring your hips on the floor, take some time to roll the knees. Chill, chill. So in yoga, we stay in this pose for 3 minutes. So if you like to stay in longer, be my guest. But for now, I think this is enough. Alrighty, and then from here, roll onto your sides, and then come up. We're gonna do, in between the deeper stretches, a counter stretch. We did a lot of forward bending, so it will be very nice to stretch the front side of the body a bit. It's a bit dynamic, so let's play a bit here. You can bring one leg out, the other one is in. If you have some problems with the knees, be careful with the bent one. Maybe put something soft underneath. And then the arm on the side of the long leg is coming out. The other one on the side of the bent knee is going to be behind you, but make sure you spread the fingers wide because they will support your wrist. Then you lift up to your tripod, and you can do whatever you like here. So it can be a side stretch, so that's more of a stretch of the side of the body. But you can also make it a bit of a back bend, so you're dropping the upper body back. So this is a more intense variation. Only do it when it feels good. And then slowly come back. Bring your hips back. And then try the other side. So other leg in, other leg out. Stretch maybe only the side, or maybe full back bend, if it feels okay. Now from there, slowly come back. So you can always create your own intensity with this kind of moves. And you can do it whenever you did a lot of forward bending, just to create balance in the body. So let's stretch the legs out. For the next one, it's going to be very exciting. As I told you, we did a side splits tutorial. And we actually also did some front splits in that one. But now I'm going to give you all the time. And you're going to need books to support or to intensify to get into this front splits. But first, we start with dragon. So you might want to have 2 staples of books. If you have small books, then you need maybe more on your mat to support yourself. You're gonna be onto hands and knees, and just pick one leg. That were my knees. So from here, check if your front knee is above your front ankle. And your back knee has to be a lot away from the hips. So if the back knee is shouting to you, then you grab your blankie and you put it underneath the knee. And this feels quite relaxing actually. And then you can use the books to support yourself on, to make it a bit more relaxing. So 3 minutes. 3 minutes. That's quite long. It's a big stretch for the legs and the hips. If you are hardcore, if you are quite flexible, then you can actually intensify. I wanted to say don't try this at home, but try it at home. So this is a nice way to intensify your stretch. But maybe you also have to put some books underneath the hands, but then that won't intensify the stretch that much. So see if you can be on the fingertips. And then stay breathing. If the front knee is not above the ankle, try to shovel a bit, maybe a bit forward. And this will support your joints. Also, the back toes can be into the floor if you like, to create a bit of support And try to loosen up the shoulders. Try to use the belly muscles a bit. So this can be quite a not very relaxing pose. Maybe you start to shake. Maybe you feel a bit annoyed. Maybe you stop the video because you're annoyed. Stay in. This is where the goodies come from. So this is annoyance. It will make you more strong eventually. If this is all too much, just don't do it. Choose your own variation. You can also, for the last part, just bring the hands on the inside of the foot. Maybe walk the foot a bit out. Maybe come onto the elbows. Just a nice variation. So this is the dragon flying high. This is dragon flying low. As you can see, it's a bigger stretch. And I think 3 minutes, we reached it. So come up. Then see if you can shovel your foot forward. And actually, for your front splits, I want you to be active in the legs and in the feet. So you're flexing your front foot. You're flexing your back foot if it wasn't yet. And actually, I'm very happy with the blankie underneath my back knee. This makes life a bit easier. So from here, you can use the books again. There we go. To support yourself. So you can be a bit more straight into the upper body. So actually, I'm feeling a lot of stretch here, but I'm also activating the legs. So I'm not hanging into my joints. That's never something you want to do. I see it a lot in my classes, of course. The girls hanging into the joints because they are very flexible. But you never want that with your body. You always want to create mobility and strength instead of too much flexibility. So that's the reason why. Check if your hips are a bit straight, if you're not opening too much. And if you can be in your front splits, also try to have it quite active. So I can be in my front splits, but it's not serving me. I have the flexibility, but it's not serving me in my daily life. So also for you guys, if you can do it, try not to hang into your joints. Try to activate, maybe go a bit deeper. And the moment you go deeper, you can maybe also relax a bit more to the shoulders. Okay, I think it's time to come out. So with the strength of your arms, the strength of your belly, bring yourself back. Okay, it's time for a nice child pose in between before we go towards the other side. So move maybe with your knees a bit out, forehead to the floor. Chill, chill. Just for a few breaths here. And then when you're ready, come towards the next side. Good luck, because the second side is mostly the less flexible side. So, other leg in front. Maybe use your books to support. Dragon. Maybe use your blankie underneath your knee if you need to. And choose what you need. So always make sure that the knee is above the ankle and the back knee is much behind you. If you like to intensify, you can maybe bring your hands on the inside of the leg and drop down on the elbows. Oh, almost forgot the time. But you can also, I actually like to lift up the foot. So, if this is all too intense, then just bring it back. And yeah, just take it easy. Let's stay here for 2 more minutes. Just breathe through it. And the moment when it really gets too much, just come out earlier, don't worry about it. The most important thing is that you listen to the body. The body is crazy intelligent. It knows exactly what it needs. So really listen. If you're forcing, then the opposite will happen. So never force yourself into it. We are stretching hamstrings, quadriceps, a big part of the hips. Again, a lot of, if we talk in energy terms, a lot of important meridians. So on the back side of the leg, there are meridians for kidney and bladder. And on this side of the leg, front side, it's stomach and spleen. So very important organs that you give some extra energy just by stretching for a long time. And yeah, support wherever you need support. And that's very important. So if you can relax the big muscles as much as possible here, and this is of course quite a active pose to do. So there will be a lot of muscles that can't relax, but that's okay. But the muscles that you can relax, try to relax them. Try to loosen up the shoulders a bit, maybe bringing the belly a bit in to support your lower back. So, dragon. And then when you're ready, you can shovel the front foot forward. Oh, this will be so funny on your second side. Oh, okay, so flex your back toes onto the floor. So we are trying to lift up a bit here. My legs starts to shake because they are learning new things. So shaking is always quite okay. Creating new body intelligence. If the shaking is too much and there's pain involved, then just come out, of course. Don't have to go crazy there. So yeah, strong mobility practice here. So really try to activate the legs, try to pull the toes, the front foot up, press the toes of the back foot back. Maybe support your back knee if it's all too much. And yeah, actually maybe bring the books a bit more back so you can lift the upper body a bit more. Oh, and you will feel it in your quadriceps. Cool, everything for the kicks here. So stay breathing. Maybe drop in a bit more. Almost there. I'm dying too. If you're asking yourself, isn't she dying? Yes, I am. Woohoo! Okay, let's come out. Oh, okay. Take a nice child pose. Remove your blocks. Okay, this will be quite intense. You can decide if you want to have the legs together or maybe out. Whatever feels good for you. Drop your head, relax. And just take a few breaths to have it all back in natural form. Cool, so we come forward again. What can be very nice is just doing a nice cobra for the quadriceps and the belly muscles. If that's too much, you can also do a small one, baby cobra. And then from here, rolling back again. Curl your toes under, stretch yourself out. So it's actually very nice to do some small dynamic movements after a deep, big stretch. Just do what a body tells you to do, which is the art of yoga. To listen to the body and also learn what it needs. We're going to one of the last stretches. So, you know pigeon pose. We did it before in another video about the hips, I think. So with pigeon pose, the knee is next to the hip. But for now, I learned this from a touch tricker, actually. You bring the knee towards the middle. So we're getting into the deep buttock muscle, piriformis. And then you can drop down. If this is not working for you, if you can't have the hips on the floor, don't worry about it. Then you grab your blankie, scoop it underneath your buttock, and then it makes your life easier. You can also do something like putting a blankie underneath to support your upper body, or maybe blocks with a blankie over. So there's a lot of options here. But let's stay in 3 minutes. So the knee is in the same, in the middle of the chest, and the back leg should be all the way behind you. Check if your leg is straight. Your back leg should be straight. Otherwise, if the knee is bent, you see what happens with the hips. They roll open, and you won't get the stretch, and it's also not nice for the knee, the back knee. So you really try to have the leg straight. And you can drop in if you like, dropping all the way down, and then you really start to feel it. Try to relax the shoulders, relax the legs, relax the face. So the face muscles, they are directly connected to the brain. So if you relax your face, then actually you send information to the brain that everything is all right. So the body can break down adrenaline, and it will also relax the other muscles in your body more. So it's a little life hack here. Just relaxing the face. Maybe you like to close the eyes, relax your jaw. And of course, keep breathing. That's the key. And actually, we're doing, for all the stretches, somewhat like 3 minutes. That's enough to stretch the connective tissue. But if you like, you can also stay in longer. Just pause the video and you stay in for 5 minutes if you need more. And actually, 5 minutes is wonderful if you have time for that. See if you can do it, or build it up. So start with 3 minutes, and then when your body feels ready, you can stay in longer. Really use baby steps. Very important. All right, it's almost there. Slowly come out, take your time. Let's press the leg back, maybe stretch it out for a moment. You can place your foot behind, press the heel back, and then the other leg. So switch. So instead of a pigeon, so instead of having the knee all the way here, have it in the middle. And then you come down. Check your back leg if it's straight. And oh yes, stay in if you like this one, if it feels good. If you have problems with this stretch, if you have a knee injury or something else, then you flip it. So you just flip onto your back, and then you bring the not the knee towards the side like you would do with a threaded needle, but you bring it more towards the middle, and you just pull it in a bit. Sometimes you can also grab the back knee. Oh. So really try to have it in one line with the chest. Oh, this is actually very nice. Maybe I like this one better. Whew. So you can always choose or make a variation. Let me see. So what we have, if we're talking about energy counts, there's one running one on the side of the body, which you are stretching right now. It's the gallbladder meridian, and it's an important one. It's about cleansing the body. If the stretch is getting too much, you can also come up a bit. This will make it more available. It will make it more relaxed. So maybe close your eyes. Just follow your sensations, the sensations in the hips. Check if the knees are still okay. Check if your shoulders are relaxed. Check if your breath is not getting too shallow. Almost there. I know this one can be intense. You're actually also stretching a big part of the hip, so that's nice. Let's get some juice into the hips. All right, let's come out. In your own way, maybe you're laying on your back. Stretch your leg out that you just stretched in the front, pressing the heel back. Cool. And then walk your knees towards your hands. Come to Zaza for a moment. Roll your shoulders back, close your eyes, and let the hips settle. So just take some breaths here. Feel what the effect is of the hips and of the legs. So also maybe the lower back, something you could feel. We did quite some deep work there. So take some time to process, to digest, just by following the breath. And Zaza, which we are sitting in right now, is quite a nice pose to get everything back into shape, to relax it down. And then open your eyes. And I want to thank you so much for joining. Have a wonderful resting day today. I hope this helps to open up your hips and your the muscles in the legs, so the training will get more effective when you start again tomorrow. And if you like the video, send us a like. And if you like to see more, then subscribe. Thank you very much. See you soon.